Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So I want to do a quick book review here on a very short book, but I think it's worth doing a review on. I got the Audible version of this book. It's by one of my favorite authors, one of my just like really inspiring like role models today. There's not very many role models out there, but this dude is definitely my role model, which is his name is Grant Cardone. I've done some reviews on his books already. You can check out some of the reviews I did. I would recommend 10x rule, which you can check out here, and be obsessed or be average, which you can check out there. This book today that I'm going to be talking about is a very short book that he wrote, I think just like in a few hours or so, but you know, I think it's one that can be very beneficial to some of you out there. Some of you might not get so much out of this. It's called the Millionaire Booklet. It's very short. I think like, was it like an hour or something? Let me see. It might be 2 hours. I listen at 3x speed, so an hour and 18 minutes. Really, not very long at all. Okay, but what this book does is it highlights some of the core, like it's very compact, right? But it highlights some of the core principles that are required in order to become a millionaire. Now, having done these things myself and having become a millionaire myself, I agree with this, right? And Grant Cardone knows this way better than I do. He's on his way to, I mean, he's like maybe 100 millionaire at this time, but he lays out some of these really critical principles, and there's a lot of like it's just packed with really good advice. Now, some of you have already heard this stuff before. I heard this stuff before. It wasn't super valuable to me personally, but it was a good reminder of some of the things that I already knew, some principles here. But for some of you that are wondering, like, how could I possibly become a millionaire? This is, you should listen to this. You should read this book, you should buy this book, you should listen to it, and you should follow the advice in it, because he lays it out. He tells you, you know, it's not a huge secret, right? But he tells you what is required, what needs to happen, and can help change your way of thinking. This book reminds me of kind of a short version, a very short version of a book that I've recommended quite a bit here, which I don't think I've done a review on. Maybe I'll do a review as if I reread this book or just in general, because it's such a good book, which is called the Millionaire, oh gosh, Millionaire FASTLANE. You can check it out here. That's another book that I recommend. But this reminds me of like kind of a shorter, condensed version. Same kind of concepts here, right? And so I'd highly recommend it. You know, check it out. Like I said, it's not very expensive. It's a very short read, but these concepts are definitely the kind of things that you need to start thinking about if you want to be able to reach. And it is achievable, right? And that's one thing I like. One thing that I like about this book is that he clearly shows you that it is achievable to become a millionaire. It doesn't matter who you are, and it's based on some just very basic, simple math, right? As I was listening to this book, I actually had to pull over my car, and write down a particular a note to myself, which is something because he was talking about ways to calculate how to become a millionaire or how to make $1 million, and I thought to myself, I was like, okay, you know, one product that I should do, this is not a promise that I'll do this, but I'm thinking about this, is what if I put together, you know, I just thought in my head, what if I put together something that was like $200 a month, okay, and it was like turn your life around, like a 12-month program to turn your life around. It's $200 a month, and I go through videos, I go through like personal coaching and a bunch of tutorials and stuff, and just like module by module, every month we focus on like different area of your life to get it turned around. Like a lot of the stuff that I do on this YouTube video, but more in depth and stuff like that. And what if I did that, and I create enough value that it was worth someone paying $200 a month, right? And I got 1,000 people to sign up for that, right? That's, if I did the math, right? So, right, we said here, you know, $200 a month, essentially, times 1,000 people is $200,000, right, a month, times 12, right, or 2.4 million. Did I get that right? Let me see here. Anyway, we could have done like $99, right? So you could do $99 times 1,000 people is $99,000 a month. Yes, times 12 is 1.18 million. So maybe that's where, so I think maybe I had a price point at $99, or I said, okay, well, if I sell it for $200 a month and I only get 500 people to sign up, which is doable, right? So the reason why I'm saying this, detracting from the book review, is because like it's stuff like this that you don't think, I mean, really, honestly, like this is a feasible thing to create something that someone would be willing to pay $200 a month for, right? That you get 500 people to sign up for. That's $1 million. That's over $1 million in a year. So it is so possible, right? When you start thinking in these terms, right? And this is how I think about products that I create, the time that I'm doing, stuff like this that most people don't really think about. It's not that difficult, but and this is what this book talks about. So anyway, check out the book. It's called The Millionaire Booklet by Grant Cardone, someone who I would consider to be a modern day role model hero. That he's just really good, and he has a great message, great books, and he lives by his principles. So anyway, check it out. If you like these book reviews, definitely click that subscribe button below. You get a ton of videos from me because I do so many of them. I'm 10x in it, baby. All right, I'll talk to you next time. Take care.